will be used in our match today. And an all-IHSA championship play leading up to the crowning of the IHSA state champions in 15 sports. Wilson, more win. To help ensure the safest and most comfortable atmosphere, the host event staff will diligently maintain established security procedures and activities. This will require complete cooperation by all competing teams, contest officials, and fans. Security will always have priority over inconvenience, therefore, if you are requested to cooperate with the personnel in any manner, please do so promptly. Your assistance will enable the event staff to fulfill its responsibilities efficiently. I see him coming, boys. We're almost there. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Performance Field on the campus of Wheaton Academy for today's IHSA Regional Final Test between the Kaneland Knights and the Wheaton Academy Warriors. Prior to the start of tonight's contest, let's make the starting lineups for both teams. First for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Kaneland Knights. And that number 0, Mason Pearl. Number 2, Tyler Chapman. Number 4, Connor Buttorf. Number 9, Kate Ori. Number 10, Evan Smith. Number 11, Alan Dominguez. Number 12, Eric Aragon. Number 13, Garrett Robinson. Number 17, Gavin Cano. Number 18, Brayden Nigg. And number 21, Tucker Johns. And now the starting lineup for the home team on the scoreboard, the Wheaton Academy Warriors. In that, number 0, Andrew Hoekstra. Number 3, Kaden Messi. Number 5, Haitham Nasser. Number 6, Chris Eklund. Number 7, Logan Finnegan. Number 9, Jack Lichty. Number 10, Sam Crosby. Number 11, Solomon Pitts. Number 15, Andrew Ramirez. Number 22, Giovanni Rios. And number 24, Alan Rodriguez. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove hats. and join us in honoring America with the play of the national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are broadcasting from Performance Trust Field here on October the 25th. This is an official IHSA regional game tonight. 4 p.m. if we can count it as a night. We'll be joined soon with Mr. Tate Fritz. I'm Matt Hockett, giving you this game tonight. Warriors coming into the season with a, give you the record here, 12-5-3 record. 6-0 in conference, won the MSC conference. Kaneland Knights with an overall record of 16-6. The Knights and the Warriors meet for this regional final here at Wheaton Academy. Because the Warriors have the higher seed, number 2 in the sectional underneath Bennett Academy, or number 3 in the sectional underneath Bennett Academy. So Kaneland made the drive all the way out near DeKalb in Maple Park, Illinois. And joining me on the mic here tonight is Tate Fritz. Welcome back.
Good afternoon, Matt Hockett. Good to be back on the mic. Looking forward to a good soccer match today.
Absolutely. I mean, it's about 45 degrees, but not a hint of moisture in the air.
No, and it's a good day for soccer, good day for state series soccer as well. Two good teams, and we're going to see who's got the will to win here today.
Yeah, both are evenly matched. We'll give you some of the record information later. The Kaneland Knights beat Rochelle on Tuesday night. Was it Tuesday night? It was Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
You know that score, Tate?
4-2, I believe it was. Yeah. And a good team, this Kaneland team. They've got number 21 up top. Trying to remember his name at the moment. Johns is a good player. A lot of goals being scored by him, over 30 this year. And going to need to contain him and limit his damage. That's what one of the players, Daniel Rodchenkov, was talking to me about today. Just got to limit number 21 up top and try to contain him as best we can.
Yeah, on the other side of the ball, I'm thinking Kaneland's strategy might be the exact same, but with number 7 for Wheaton Academy, Logan Finnegan.
I would say that's probably accurate. Logan having a fantastic senior year, really stepped into a role that was needed to be filled this year, with the absence of of Seamus Kilgallen and also Jack Kilgallen as well. Logan's done a nice job filling in. But, yeah, going to need some scoring production from him tonight.
Absolutely. Well, they tend to find him in the middle of the field as the Knights win the ball here, but weren't able to get it up to, who is that in the center of the field for them? You see that number
10.
We're working on these. So Got a number of seniors on the field. We celebrated senior night a couple of weeks ago, actually. Logan Finnegan up top, Alan Rodriguez, Sam Frosla just received the ball. He's a senior. On the far side, Chris Eklund has been recently in this lineup. They need him. His leadership. He turned an ankle, sprained an ankle. I don't think he broke it, did he?
Broke his foot.
Broke his foot.
Yep.
Way back in August.
Yes. And talking to him over the last couple of months, when he swung by my classroom, he's been excited to get back on the field. But also, you can tell he's trying to get his feel back a little bit. Has been out for a couple of months, not as much flow with the other guys on the field just because he hasn't been able to obviously be out there working continuity with them.
Yep.
But a couple games in, hopefully he's got his legs back under him enough to give us good minutes out there tonight.
Yeah, and the Warriors have a deep bench. We've seen guys like Justin Riddle come on. We have, trying to think of a couple of names here as I'm looking down the bench. Hytham Nazar.
Yep.
Started all season, and now that Eklund's in, is he still in?
He's still out there.
He might be.
Yep.
In.
He's still out there.
Yep.
But no, it's been nice to see some underclassmen step up in certain roles. Ramirez down there, number 15 for the Warriors, Nasser. And I was talking to Daniel Rodchenkov earlier today, and he was saying it's been a while since they've had two guys starting in the mid who are as young and inexperienced as Hytham and Ramirez. And so going to be important for them to limit emotion and focus on the task at hand rather than trying to get too far ahead of themselves, try to do too much. Just do your job, especially here on a corner kick for Kaneland early. Yeah,
Wheaton Academy's first test here. I mean, corner kick is one of those set plays that if you want to have you want to extend your opportunities for goals, you work hard on these every practice. Ball's going out to the 10. I think Kaneland got a head on it, but went out of bounds. So we got a goal kick. Goalkeeper for Wheaton Academy, Andrew Hoekstra. Well, no, we got a corner kick again. We'll redirect that.
Reset. Hoekstra done a nice job this year, really. And his first year starting at the varsity level, he's done a nice job containing and controlling things in the back, directing traffic. A lot of times when you're sitting up here in the press box, you can hear him barking out orders.
Yep.
Letting everybody know what's going on. Good play by Pitts there to clear it.
Well, and Hoekstra watched J.D. Gunn, a former keeper for Wheaton Academy, for quite some time, and really, I think he blossomed under that maybe mentorship there.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of Kaneland possession here early, yes. Matt. Gotta get the ball into the offensive half and get some movement, some fluidity offensively here.
That's Connor Boderoff. He scored last game. I mean, he's got an opportunity. It's not just a swing and a miss for him. He's thinking goal the whole time.
Yes. And again, from conversation with some of the players today, throughout the day, they were saying this Kaneland team they're sneaky good. And so Wheaton Academy, they're gonna have to play a solid match in order to come out with a regional championship, which would be a great accomplishment for first-year coach as well.
Yes.
It'd be a great start to things for Cody.
Well, there was a while where regional championships were as easy as conference championships.
Yes.
And truthfully, the conference got a little tighter this year. Soccer's picked up steam around here in the suburbs. Kaneland's always been good. It looks like we maybe got overruled there. We thought it went off Kaneland, but they threw the ball back in.
Too bad we're not at the professional level. Go to the booth.
Oh,
real instant replay.
For a throw-in with 34 left in the first half. I think we want to keep this game moving.
Am I competitive at all? If I was the coach, I would have tossed the laundry onto the field early. Because, hey, if you win it, you keep it, though. That's the rule, right?
Absolutely. The boys, this is a big night in general. We got a regional game here, and then following up later, you're going to have to rejoin another broadcast. We're going to shut this one down at the end of this game, but we have boys football, who's currently 4-4, coming into the last game of their regular season, needing a win to qualify for state. As Kaneland's 21, this Johns gets a step. Hoekstra coming out.
Oh, what a great save.
Makes a huge save.
What a great save there. Hoekstra, one of his real skills in the net is the ability to come up and defend. those sort of balls one-on-one and win those battles. What a great save early for Hoekstra. Wheaton Academy now going to retain possession in the middle circle. And it'll be Lichty to take the free just across midfield onto the Warriors' defensive half. Lichty with a beautiful ball into the box. And it'll be awarded a corner for the Warriors.
Yeah, Warriors starting slow with possession. They're usually on the upper end of percentage of possession during a game. So this is unusual for me to see.
But a big save by Hoekstra. A lot of times a momentum changer can lead to some good things on the offensive end. Froslid over there in the corner.
Yes. Yes, Froslid. And it looks like, is that Ramirez way over there?
Yes.
Yep, you'll see number 9, Jack Lichty, come up. They like to play the ball off his head here. They play a short ball, skipped it through to Finnegan, double teamed, so not able to get it. This is Caden Massey coming over.
Kind of a slow start to things here, Matt. Not too much fluid motion on either end of the field, really. Only one chance, and wondering if some of the nerves are creeping in a little bit. Regional final could be our last game of the year.
Yeah, we didn't expect a 4-0 game here.
No.
And truthfully, strategy will change for both of these teams with a 1-goal lead. All right, short foul there with Alan Rodriguez hitting the ground. This is Logan Finnegan. This is in his territory.
Absolutely, it is. He scored a goal the last game from about this same distance, and it was on this side of the field as well, if I remember correctly.
Yep, I don't think he has to worry about the wall. Keeper better read this angle right, and if he puts it on within the frame, he has a good chance every time. Well, he had to worry about the wall. That wall had to worry about him.
I will just say, whoever got hit there, couldn't tell who it was, but that guy is going to have a nice bruise on his body tomorrow.
You could hear the thump from here.
Nice cold 45-degree afternoon, and you get rocked like that in the back. That is going to be a stinger. Rodchenkov coming onto the field for Wheaton Academy.
Yeah, taking Froslid out, who actually was trying to work an angle and get a corner kick out of it. Kaneland did a nice job of making sure that ball went out the sideline instead. Number 22, Gio, tracking that ball down. Doesn't look like he saved it in time. So, yeah, we were saying this is a tight matchup on paper. Kaneland Knights with a number of common opponents. Of course, they come out of the far west, so they're going to see teams like Sandwich, Rochelle, Ottawa, Morris. We're not ever going to play them. But they have games against St. Charles East, Batavia's. John's trying to check this ball down. Yeah, tips the ball. Looked like Lichty didn't get back in time or didn't play out that shot quick enough. Let's see if we can see that replay one more time.
It's really just an incredible athletic play by Johns with the left foot there to be able to finish it in traffic with Lichty draped all over him, stuck it out real quick and jabbed it through the back.
Yeah, look at this short touch. He just kind of kicked it, just right foot on the left side.
Hard to defend that.
Well, you know, he's a player that lives with a ball on his foot. You know, every little touch you could take for granted as normal, and he's putting it wherever he wants it. Tough to say. I'd have to see the replay again, but it looked like Hoekstra maybe got it caught in between no man's land there. The ball, you know, he had to come out the last time against John, so he's thinking, well, he might have to do it again. John's put a lot of pressure by himself on the back of our defense.
Yes, so quick, so good with the ball. Just a tough assignment for our defense, more of a kind of a wall concept back there throughout this season, not necessarily a one-on-one matchup sort of scenario. So it's going to be a challenge for them. They're going to have to respond here as Kaneland comes on the attack once again.
Yeah, well, all of that goal was set up by a lot of Kaneland possession before that. Wheaton Academy has to possess in the middle of the field. They've missed that opportunity, and right there, the ball needs to go to Logan's foot more often than not. So he wins the ball and can't get that next touch.
Wheaton Academy's got to develop some offensive continuity here the next couple minutes. You got to think going down 2-0 at home in a regional final like this with as good a goal scorer as Johns is, you don't want to be in a position where you're having to fight back the whole match. So I'd like to see them get at least a couple good chances on net here in the next few minutes to at least get some confidence back under their feet.
Ball finds Rodriguez. Those simple, small touches. You know, like you said, there's some nerves coming in a game like this. There's some expectations on both teams. Of course, there's pressure as Finnegan tries to make a move. Does get the ball and work the corner, so good job by him. He really had no one available, just trying to get that ball to the corner. We'll see Jack Lichty come up again. They played the ball short last time. We'll see if we can get something deeper into the box. Doesn't look like they bring anybody up short this time. So this is Chris Eklund on the corner.
Chris, a beautiful ball into the box every single time from these corners. Let's see what he's got for us here. Oh, what a great chance by Rodchenkov there.
Yeah, they found him cutting right towards the near post.
And just
excellent
high.
replay there. Oh, speaking of which, I want to shout out to my crew. Editing tonight is Rachel Cobb. Bethany Nielsen's on our video board today. Up top, Hudson Williams. Then we've got Jade Breckmeyer and then Chas Luchanen. Down on the field, all these people in Wheaton Academy's sports broadcasting class.
A class I wish I could take, Matt Hockett.
I mean, you can. As a teacher, you can probably audit classes for free. Seventh period, you got something going? I guess you're teaching.
I do have Life of Christ 7th period. Kind of
good
important that I fulfill my contractual obligation there.
Absolutely agree.
Well, Wheaton Academy's got to get something going here. It's been kind of dead the last, first 14 minutes of this game.
Well, looks like we got goal kick.
Good win by Solomon Pitts there.
Might have helped that. The referee was down there, but you don't have that sideline official on that side coming all the way down the field. So, I mean, I have not seen Daniel Rodchenkov take a header like that recently. He is more about speed and finesse with his feet.
Yes.
So I like the play.
Yes. Oh, and it was a great chance for Wheaton Academy. Really the only one they've had so far in this match.
Yep.
Gotta see a couple right on the frame. Get Finnegan a shot here maybe. But he is so good with the ball at his feet. Finnegan does a great job winning battles, even getting that corner kick.
Yeah.
Doing the little things that help the team overall. Super important.
Finnegan, the ball short here to Badarov again. We said that he scored. He's looking for it. Finnegan committed to IUPUI. D1?
Yes.
D1, yeah, and actually really interested in business, so he's going to be able to work with the Kelly School of Business there in Indiana University, and that's IUPUI right there in the heart of Indianapolis. It's going to be a fun time for him, and he's earned it. He's put in a lot of hard work.
Absolutely.
There he is there trying to get a short ball to Daniel, not able to, but kicked out by Kaneland. These short little throw-ins, these possessions here, this is really important for us to hold on to possession. Gio throws the ball to Kaneland. Now we got it back, but you got to find an open man.
It's really important to retain possession, right?
Absolutely.
Kaneland working it, and Froslet able to take it away, looking for Eklund on the far side. And Kaneland able to send it away. Froslet will throw over on the 25. Hytham Nasser trying to touch it back to Solomon Pitts. Again, sent out of bounds by Kaneland. Now here's Hytham Nasser sending it into the 18, and it's cleared momentarily by Kaneland. Now here comes Johns on the counter. Kaneland right around midfield, trying to look down into Johns once again. What a beautiful ball there. Johns trying to circle around Lichty, and Lichty does a nice job to send it out of play.
He almost had him.
And it'll be a throw-in for the Knights.
That was 12 Berrigan sending the ball long. I've seen that too. They've got a flow and a rhythm to the way that they get on offense.
And they do a really nice job of advancing it upfield quickly, which creates some good momentum. And they definitely have seized control of this game so far, these first 17 minutes of play, as the ball will go back to Wheaton Academy now. Giovanni Rios will have a free kick right in the far corner. He sends it away right into the midfield, and it's won back by Kaneland. Johns giving chase with Massey. And the whistle blows, and it'll be a foul against Johns. And so the Warriors will take back possession right around the 30-yard line.
It's a tough time for a soccer regional for Wheaton Academy fans. We got a big football game coming up. You always get a big crowd for football.
Yep.
There's something about the Friday night lights that brings people out. We would normally have a much bigger crowd for soccer than we have right now. And you have a couple of things coming into play. Number one, the $5 ticket when you're at home. And you're not used to being at home and having to pay as Johns gets a step.
Oh, that should have been a second goal for him there. He's going to be kicking himself that he didn't finish that.
Yep, you see right off the heel. He had Hoekstra beat, and it's amazing. We know how good he is, and it looks like three guys are focusing on him, and he still gets a step, and we can get right to him. Oh.
Yeah, you wonder what Wheaton Academy can do to counter that. Like you said, Matt, one guy, three guys doesn't really seem to matter at this point.
Yeah, sometimes when you have three, sometimes you think the other guy is getting them, though. So
yes,
I could understand where maybe we have to nail down one guy to just kind of stick with him for a while. Of course, in the game of soccer, it's going to flow over a larger field than maybe a basketball court with a box in one situation.
Absolutely. And they gotta figure something out here if they want a chance to win this match.
Yeah, this is not a place where Wheaton Academy has found themselves. And when they have found themselves down like this, it hasn't panned out too well for them. They're usually a score first and hold that lead kind of team.
Yes, yes. And you'd think that most teams would like to play that way.
Yes.
But, yeah, when Wheaton Academy has fallen behind this year, it's not necessarily the spot that they enjoy playing from. Some teams get motivated by playing from behind. Some would rather not be there at all, and the Wheaton Academy Warriors certainly are.
Yes.
They'd just rather not be there, especially with the way that they are structured defensively. More of a, again, wall it up, not let people past. As here comes Johns again with a strike.
Yeah.
What a great save by Hoekstra, though.
That's Pitt's trying to clear the ball out, missed that clear, then had to play a weird bounce and try to head it. There's a couple of mistakes by Pitts you don't see that often, and Johns is just there trying to take advantage of it.
Yeah, the more times we call Johns' name with a chance, that's not going to bode well.
No, Finnegan taken down at the 45 there, so we're going to be able to put the ball right about the 18. Lichty's going to strike it. We'll see if he plays the ball short. I don't think he's going to, though. It looks like he's looking for Finnegan. Finnegan looking for the ball in the air. Doesn't find his head. Frosley with a follow.
Good try by Sam there. And Wheaton Academy subbing pretty early and often here for their front line. Eklund coming out now with Alan Rodriguez back in the contest. Sam Frosley got subbed early, so trying to move guys in and out here in this match.
Yes.
I love watching Finnegan go up for those balls in the mid. Gets real high, stretches out. Yeah, Solomon Pitts has been a nice addition to the back line this year for Wheaton Academy. Just a junior, but so fast. I know as a basketball coach, we love his speed.
Yes.
So quick.
He's in sports broadcasting, and in sports broadcasting, we ask the players who play the sport to train everybody else who doesn't play the sport. And boy, when you watch artists try and play soccer, and then you watch Solomon, there is a rhythm and skill that you could tell, wow.
What a great throw there.
Keeper extends just past the head of Logan. You can tell touches like that, like with Gio there. It's a really simple play for a soccer player and a really difficult thing for people to understand how challenging that is until you actually try it yourself.
I don't think I would succeed very highly at such an activity.
It seems like a lot of people know how to play basketball. I don't know if it, or let's put it this way, Tate. Don't you get a lot of people in the crowd as Rodriguez tries to track that down that seem like they know how to coach the game of basketball too? Like they all seem to understand basketball a lot more than these other sports.
Just like the last time we broadcasted a game together and I was careful of how I responded to such a question. I'm going to be cautious how I respond to that question.
Well, my cameras seem to pick up a number of different fans and their critique of.
It is interesting because I've talked with former Wheaton Academy coach Jeff Brook about this. In soccer, coaching is a lot more about culture and about creating a sustainable culture and just allowing the play on the field to come out of the culture that you've built. You have much less control of X's and O's. You really don't have many set plays, maybe a few that you throw in there on a ball like Kaneland's about to have. Yeah. Whereas in basketball, you have play-by-play control over basically everything that happens at any given time. And a lot more people have played basketball at a competitive level to the degree where they do have some insight into maybe what they did in high school or what they've seen other coaches and teams do. So there is definitely some more conversation that takes place.
Oh, here's Smith driving a ball in. Hoekstra using his height, doing a good job. Not going to say who challenged the ball there. But Hoekstra, nice job with his hands there. Like to see, again, this is just me with a keeper perspective as I played a little bit for a while. So I'd like to see possession. Sometimes you just want to get the ball to the other side of the field.
Yes.
Sometimes maybe just 30 yards, but keeping it at your player's feet matters. And
yes,
I know how easy it is for Hoekstra to just want to get rid of that whole line and tell him to get to the other side because he wants to get Johns far enough away.
Yes. Yeah, especially when you're playing against a particular individual. Even in basketball, sometimes you want the ball on your half so that the guy who you're playing against isn't touching it as much.
Yes.
And we've had a couple of opponents that have had some players who you just rather not have them touch the ball consistently, even if it means holding the ball on your end for an extra few passes or whatnot to just to get some continuity on your end, but also to limit damage on the other side. Like a good quarterback in football, keep him on the sideline. Patrick Mahomes, man, that guy is. That's the only defense really for him is can you keep him on the bench?
Yeah. Well, on the other side of the ball, if we're talking football, those poor Bears defense that had to play a little extra long in these recent games, and the good defense that they normally have, you see less than stellar quality because of the length of time they have to do it. And that, I think, is what Wheaton Academy is dealing with a little bit too right here, is that Johns is putting so much pressure up front, and of course we're saying Johns, but really Kaneland in general, that Wheaton Academy's offense, when they do get the ball, is so exhausted from defense and having to actually work harder here. Minchenkov taking it off the chest there.
Yeah, and not much forward progress being made here for a team that really, we've seen a lot of great offensive production here the last several weeks of the season. Wonder who's going to step up, who's going to provide that little spark to get him going.
Yeah, well, soccer's a weird thing because if we score, of course, we have all the momentum for the rest of the game again.
Yes.
Knowing that we've come back from that deficit, but
got to get there first.
It'd be nice to have a lead. 13:35 left to play. We see a sub here coming in for Kaneland. Lucas Bass subbing out number 14, Becker Allerf. Or number 4, I'm sorry, that's Boderoff. So they're going to lose something up front, maybe, for a second, give him a break. There's Finnegan.
Oh, what a great ball there by
Yep.
Finnegan. Great possession.
See if we can get this short trail. We got the 2 up front. We needed Froslid or we needed Nasser to get up there a little bit quicker. Massey.
Great ball control there by Ramirez. Ooh, good sneak by Froslid.
Oh, and a strike by Rodchenkov.
What a great ball there by Daniel Rodchenkov. You know, he's really been active here the first 25, 30 minutes of this match. Yep. Had that really great header effort earlier in the contest, and then that great strike there from the 18. Gotta love seeing him play well here in a regional final. Senior, he's one of my TAs. He's been talking to me all season about how things have been going, and just feel like this is a great opportunity for him to step up.
Yep. So these seniors get a chance to play their last game here. You know, if we extend that, great. Have you been following the news? It's been tough to watch the Chicago teachers strike and how it's affected a team like Solario, who won the state last year and can't play in a regional game because their school is on strike. And understanding as a teacher the dynamics of needing contract negotiations to go well and not getting into the political side of things, it's just tough for the players to have that affect their last part of their season.
Absolutely.
And if it extends one more week, I think if it extends past Monday, I'm pretty sure players need to be in school 3 days in order to be eligible for what would happen on Friday, which would be football playoffs.
Yes.
So that's going to be a tough one to swallow for a lot of those Chicago schools if they continue that. It looks like a corner kick awarded here as everybody's throwing their hands up. Yeah, he's looking for advice from his other officials on the sideline. The coach is giving him the business. We could go back and look at the DVR.
Kaneland might have wanted to use their instant replay challenge there. Froslid now in the corner on the near side. Sends it in, looking for a head, none to be found. And the ball crosses the end line, which will result in a goal kick for Kaneland. Sub number 23, Cole McMillan, entering the match for the Knights. He'll be replacing Sean Gannon, number 15, in the back. And Mason Curl, the goalkeeper for Kaneland, Matt, I don't think we've mentioned his name once yet in 30 minutes, sends it away.
I made that one save over the head of Finnegan the one time. Yeah, we've had a couple opportunities there on a corner, but even that Rodchenkov header, that was up to us. There would be nothing that Mason could do in that situation.
Yes. See if Finnegan can get something going here in the middle of the field.
Froslid tries to backheel that thing, but no one's following. John's going to get swarmed by defense. Solomon sprinting back. It's not going to be fast enough. Hoekstra has to come and make a big play again.
What a great play by Andrew Hoekstra there to come out and save another goal. That's a couple times he's made great plays on the ball in the middle of the box. See if Wheaton Academy can stand defensively. Good head by Nasser there to clear it out. See if Froslid can get something going the other way.
Yep. Ball played to Finnegan. He lost it, but he's still fast enough to. There's a hard check foul. Actually, that's That's by number 2, the captain, Tyler Chapman. Puts his hands up.
That was two fast humans colliding strongly.
Yeah. There's not many times when a player is going to raise his hand like I'm responsible for this foul. I've seen sometimes in basketball coaches make players raise their hands after a foul. I don't think that's the player's choice.
See if Finnegan can get it around the wall this time.
See if he looks for someone else's assistance in this case, if he's going right at the goal. It looks like he's going to float it, try and get the ball to what look like maybe Pitts there as was his intended target. So that's going to the corner.
Good play by the goaltender Curl there to punch it out and live to see another day. It's going to be Froslet in the near corner once again. And it looks like now
maybe an overrule.
A foul.
Okay.
Or an offside. Looked like an offside.
Yep. So Wheaton Academy finishing up their regular season, their fall season here on this field tonight. Everything about Wheaton Academy will no longer be on campus. This will be the last home game for football, and it will be the last home game for soccer, whether they win the regional or not. They'll be playing in a sectional away from here. Football will have a record that will, if we do qualify, will send us away, which would be fine. But this has been a good season with our new video board.
Yes, it has been. One of the highest tech video boards in the area, or so I'm told.
There's been a learning curve. The first game we struggled a little bit with all the systems in place, but yeah, it's been fun to try and expand from just an online live stream audience, which, by the way, we appreciate you watching here tonight, but to make it a little bit more entertaining for the people here at the game too.
It's amazing how much entertainment value is placed on different activities during games now. Even at the high school level, we're fortunate enough here at Wheaton Academy to have some pretty high tech and a pretty good guy running the whole show, if I might say so myself. That's you.
I'll let you speak for that person. That's fine. Yeah.
Wheaton Academy trying to regroup here a little bit. Rodchenkov having a word with the official. I coached Daniel Rodchenkov when he was in 7th grade.
Wow.
At Wheaton Christian Grammar School. He and Jack Lichty were on my basketball team. And you know the saying, some things never change?
Yes.
Some things never change. Rodchenkov, a fiery personality. Love coaching him. Love his passion.
Absolutely. This is number 11, Alan Dominguez, also a captain on this team, set to take the free kick. Tries to bend it over. I don't think he got what he wanted out of that. That didn't lift off the ground that much. 17, Gavin Cano comes in, trying to get some movement started. Kaneland taking some time off of possession, really. I think Warriors have actually possessed a little bit longer in these last 7 or 8 minutes, but nothing to show for it right now.
Yeah, Kaneland doing a nice job defensively of restricting movement, not allowing Wheaton Academy to get anything fluid going more than 3, 4, 5 passes at a time. And not allowing Wheaton Academy momentum down the field with their chest turned towards the net. A lot of movement backwards. Is now a great ball from Gio up into the box. Finnegan giving chase. And good defense there by Kaneland as Curl grabs it.
Yeah, we've got 2 things at play here. Kaneland could be pulling off a little bit of the momentum forward in order to sit a little bit tighter on defense, especially when you're thinking maybe we're getting closer to the end of the half. Or we could have a shift in momentum for Wheaton Academy, and Wheaton Academy can come into the second half saying, look how we ended this half.
Absolutely. Eklund checking in for Nasser. Hytham Nasser taking great strides this year as a sophomore.
Yes. Ball misses the head of Rodchenkov. I'm not sure. It might have been the intended target. Finds his way to it this time. Froslid always does a nice job of trying to skip the ball over. He's assisted a number of goals on that short little skip, whether with his foot, that time with his head. Looks like another offsides call by the academy, or on the academy. So a couple of times here, getting on the other side of that defensive line.
And this really, Matt, feels like a big 3.5 minutes here in the match. Wheaton Academy would like to keep it where it is or advance it further, obviously, to a 1-1. Would feel a lot better than being down 2.
Yeah.
Obviously, Kaneland would like to extend that lead, but especially for Wheaton Academy, a big stretch here these next few minutes.
Well, we know in postseason of any particular sport, scoring really does trim down because you've got such high-quality teams here playing against each other, and that just as much high-quality offense as high-quality defense. Kaneland tries to get the ball, send the ball long to Johns. Johns 1-on-4, and we win that battle, thankfully.
Gio did a really nice job there using his athleticism and his speed, along with a quick touch on the ball to win that away from Johns. And now Wheaton Academy looking to go on the attack. Oh, what a great ball from Lichty there. Just over the outstretched leg of Finnegan. Jack Lichty really does a nice job from long range, getting the ball into spots where his teammates can handle it and do something with it. A skill certainly that not many have.
Yes.
And,
well, we've seen Jack up front and effective. We've seen him in the back and effective. Some of these seniors, you look at this team right now and then you think, what's the team going to look like next year?
Yes.
And you wonder how you ever can replace them, and yet you get people to replace them. I mean, that's where Finnegan's showed up all of a sudden.
Yes.
You give another player an opportunity to go and be a leader. Maybe they stepped back away so that Finnegan could lead.
Absolutely. You got to like where some of these sophomores have come from here at the beginning of the season to now. Nasser, a great piece. Ramirez as well. Some young guys along with guys like Pitts to bring into next season.
Yes.
But yeah, always interesting, especially in a sport like soccer where there's so many players, to see kind of who steps up, who just remains consistent and steady. And some just come out of nowhere and surprise you, kind of like Finnegan did in some ways. I mean, they expected a lot of him, but he didn't come in freshman and sophomore years necessarily the dominant goal scorer that he now is. And Botorf back in the game for the Knights, as he'll replace Evan Smith, number 10 of Kaneland. 30 seconds remaining in the first half of play. Kaneland 1, Wheaton Academy 0, on a goal from Tucker Johns about 15 minutes into the contest. And the last 25 minutes of the half have been really evenly matched. Both teams going back and forth, looking to get a chance on net. Now Finnegan looking to make something happen with 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, it looks like he wants to hustle, but it doesn't look like anybody else does. Rinchenkov tries to get it in here with 4 seconds left. They're not going to get a shot here. So that's the way the half will end, with the Kaneland Knights coming into Wheaton Academy in this IHSA regional, scoring early. Wheaton Academy looking to counter here in the second half. We'll step off the mics for 8 minutes and rejoin you here towards the end of the halftime. Thanks for joining us today. If you're looking to follow us, of course, if you're a Kaneland fan, I understand you're not going to subscribe to our YouTube channel. But if you are looking to see more of our YouTube broadcasts, feel free to subscribe to our channel. Regardless, thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll be back in 8 minutes.
But participation in sports and activities is a lot more than winning and losing. Students who participate in school programs are taught valuable life lessons that will help make them better citizens. Thank you for your attendance here today and for helping encourage and support high school participation. The future plays here. Did you know that the IHSA only honors 26 of the best and brightest students in the state with all state academic team presented by Kaneland? The event not only provides recognition for a celebratory banquet, but it is also a great accolade for students when applying for college scholarships and jobs. Contact the IHSA for more information on how to nominate your current high school senior. The IHSA believes in inclusion and is proud to partner with Special Olympics Illinois to promote unified sports at all IHSA member schools. Contact the IHSA to find out how your school can become a unified champion school. Player safety is the IHSA's top priority. The Play Smart, Play Hard initiative is focused on improving the safety of Illinois student athletes. For more information, please visit playsmartplayhard.org. www.ihsa.org is the address for the IHSA website on the internet. Check it out anytime you want to find out immediately what's happening with high school activities throughout Illinois. You can also follow the IHSA Facebook and Twitter by clicking on the Facebook and Twitter links located on the IHSA homepage. The IHSA is pleased to welcome you to today's IHSA Series event. Please join us in our commitment to ensuring that all of Illinois student athletes play smart and play hard. For more information, please visit playsmartplayhard.org.
pressure. Have fun up there. Your last half up there. That's not normal. That's not how it's supposed to go. Hey dude, sorry, what's up? Okay, cool. All right, we're back at Performance Trust Field here for the IHSA Regional Final. This is the second half of a very tight game with the Kaneland Knights and the Wheaton Academy Warriors. Kaneland scoring about 15 minutes into the first half on a shot by Johns. He has had a few opportunities, and if you're a Warrior fan, thankfully he's only connected on one so far. Warriors coaches, Coach Cody Snoffer and Coach Alex Earl, and probably Coach Ryan Cheney's might be down there too, don't you think?
I saw him earlier, so I'm sure he's coaching in some capacity in some vicinity.
And if you're watching on the live stream, Ryan, feel free to just give me a quick shout out there. But they had an extended conversation with the officials at the beginning of halftime. Probably took 3-4 minutes before they went into the locker room. Wasn't a whole lot of, they're going to do a quick directed conversation with their players. But see if the strategy changes in terms of even placement of players. It looks like we have the same back four right now.
And, coming out of the locker room, the message probably was not much of anything of just keep working, see if we can get some more continuity offensively, see if we can get a couple more chances on net, and just continue to try to limit offensive opportunities for them. I mean, it's not like Wheaton Academy has played poorly.
Yes.
Just one chance for Kaneland's gone through and none yet for the Warriors.
Play on there down here at half of the field there, and Allen kind of kept on plowing through players. Ends up getting an opportunity there. Maybe a good settle there. Well, we didn't have many players down on that half because of the awkwardness of the play in the first place. But here's Allen again with it. That's a much better solution for the academy, is feeding the ball inside and then going through and up the middle. This is the strategy they played with all year round. They are not an outside to inside type of team. They just drive the ball down the middle.
And out of that middle driving has come some really nice fluidity offensively, particularly going through Logan Finnegan, and the great handle that he has on the ball in those short spaces allows for some great opportunities around the 6 and 18-yard boxes for Wheaton Academy. Giovanni Rios trying to settle things down, and now Solomon Pitts on the near side.
Yeah, Gio's had be the recipient of trying to hold Johns a while. Here's Fraza with a step, but he needed 2 to get past number 2, Tyler Chapman, the captain. So they got a captain in the front, they got a captain in the back, and that's probably a good strategy by them.
I think Kaneland has at least 3 guys with the C on their sleeve.
Hey, clock. It looks like Alan Rodriguez down on the ground as the official has called for stoppage of play. I think when he called for that, I think he's going to have to go out, but I'm not sure if that's the case. He's trying to walk it off. We don't have a trainer coming out onto the field right now, but I think that's the rule. If he stops the clock, Alan's going to have to take a moment out.
And Hytham Nasser checks into the contest for Allen. Some disgruntled coaches on the sideline momentarily because the guy keeping the clock didn't stop it for a few seconds.
Oh, boy.
Whoever that is.
We work multiple roles here at Wheaton Academy. As I oversee our live stream video work, I'm going to have to mute it every once in a while to talk to my crew, which we mentioned are a bunch of students from a class. So they're learning. This is someone's first time editing a soccer game. This is someone's first time on camera. So, I mean, I think it's pretty decent for a first time.
The fact that we can pull it off is pretty cool.
Yeah. So, yes, maybe some of you want some better shots. Maybe we should take a wide shot every once in a while. I would edit this thing just slightly different if I was in charge too. But on the other hand, you're getting a live stream that you wouldn't normally get, so hopefully that's good enough for you if you're joining us here today.
Cool play there for Kaneland into the box.
Yeah, number 4, Bodaroff trying to put that back across the box. Didn't try to just bring it across, but actually played it back a little bit too far. But that was Johns to Bodaroff, and that was, you can see him and the skill of setting up a play there. Here's Johns again. We got about 5 guys ready to pounce in any given moment. I think if you're a Wheaton Academy fan, you're probably going to look for a counter here with Logan, because it looks like Wheaton Academy is trying to get a quick ball out that way. We'll see if he can beat him on the ground.
Yeah, and Kaneland really the entire match has not done a ton of possessing in the middle. Been a lot of quick strikes. But last possession there, they did a nice job of controlling possession, moving it spot to spot, pulling a Wheaton Academy offensive approach in some ways, and now Wheaton Academy looking to counter here.
Yep, this is Nazar down to Solomon Pitts, who's on this near sideline. Finding the ball to Frost. So this is a good job right now. Of course, you say, what's the point of possession if you don't get something eventually out of it? So, but nice job here of settling down. This is also a sign that apart from Johns, you can tell Kaneland's strategy in the second half has now shifted.
Yes.
They're going to settle this. Now here's your counter strike that you're talking about. They're not going to look to move the ball slowly up the field. They're going to try and steal it and then send it.
And Wheaton Academy would do well to prohibit those from taking place by making good decisions in the passing and also in the moments when they choose to attack the net.
Kaneland Knights are coached by Scott Perillo. Scott has an iconic very large gray beard.
Yes.
And in fact, I have seen Scott before, remembering that beard. I mean, it's always nice to figure out ways for people to remember you. He gets to do it by facial recognition. It's outstanding. I love it.
I wish I could grow a beard that looked that good.
Oh,
But I cannot,
no.
so I will not try. Back to the action on the field. Froslid trying to get something going with Ramirez. Nice little touch there. But again, Wheaton Academy just not able to advance it far enough towards the net to really be any sort of threat,
Yes.
which has been the story for most of this match.
I'm sure Mason Curl's in there for a reason, but we haven't seen him need to make anything of an athletic save yet at this point.
Now he's had a pretty easy night. Hoekstra definitely has been more active, but a couple big plays from Andrew coming up on balls from Johns as now Nasser gets called for an offside.
Yeah, nice ball there by Ramirez, but of course Nasser's moving towards that corner and just unaware of that line kind of dragging towards the midfield. Looks like for Wheaton Academy, we've got a couple of players getting loose. Got Luke Frozie getting loose on the sidelines. I know you guys can't see that on the live stream, so we'll name out a couple of these players. Also, maybe looks like Kyle Hawerda warming up.
Oh, that's a costly turnover there.
There's the short ball there to Johns, and Johns had to just make one quick move around Hoekstra. There wasn't anything that he could do. So Kaneland Knights extend their lead to 2-0 now.
An unfortunate fortunate turnover there by Wheaton Academy in the back line, and a pretty easy finish for Kaneland on the offensive side. And now Wheaton Academy really needs to get something going quickly on the offensive side.
Yeah, and it shows you how quickly Kaneland can reboot. You know, they were settling in on defense, and then it just takes one quick moment. And that's what they've done 2 or 3 times. Again, they have not scored on all these opportunities, but they've had these moments. Wheaton Academy has not had the same thing. Kaneland has not made as many mistakes here.
Now let's see if Lichty can play a good ball here to get something going. Lichty to Finnegan. That's a call we've made several times this year. That's produced some positive results for Wheaton Academy.
Yeah.
2 great players,
We're
2 good
asking
seniors.
a lot from Finnegan here, and it looks like he's kind of getting frustrated with the tight play of the defense, but nothing I haven't seen in soccer before.
No, I think Finnegan's such a finesse player, playing a little bit more physical against him, forcing him to use his body a little bit more, tire him out. Typically plays all 90 minutes, or not 90 minutes in high school, 80 minutes in high school.
Yep. That was Lichty coming from behind, taking down Johns there, and that's just one of those situations too. I've seen Johns winning the balls in the air, and then in that case, he kind of sets his body up in a way that allows him to kind of have an advantage as the other player tries to win the ball through his body, and that's there's an offsides call that time. Number 4, Badarov.
And just like any other sport, soccer is such a sport of momentum, Matt. You feel like it's just kind of been a standstill here for most of the match for the Warriors. And now would be a great time to get something going positively with under half an hour remaining in the match. It's a long time, but the way that Kaneland's played here in this match so far, Wheaton Academy needs some positive direction here on the quicker end of things, as Giovanni Rios now on the attack on the far side, tries to split a couple defenders, and it's cleared out momentarily back to Eklund. Chris Eklund over to Finnegan. Bumps one down to Pitts, And it's knocked out of bounds by Kaneland.
Not a huge advantage for the Academy when we have a throw, and that ball skipped across the head of Logan, and then Logan misplays it off his thigh. But a throw-in doesn't necessarily win us anything. A lot of times their best movements coming through passes and short passes forward.
That was a great play by Finnegan, though, just to get the ball moved towards the 6-yard box on that last cross in. And again, unfortunately, Kaneland's defense has been stout tonight. And Wheaton Academy just no one there to really have a good opportunity to finish off the play.
So tonight for Wheaton Academy, after this game concludes, about 45 minutes later, maybe close to an hour, we're going to be the starting senior night for boys football, our last home game. We're taking on Aurora Christian and need that win to qualify for the state playoffs. That will be on another link, also on YouTube, but a separate link, and you can find that game later tonight. There, stay warm inside as my camera operators brave the elements. We've got some of my crew returning for the second game. We're going to try and feed them and get them warmed up again, but we got a larger crew here for football.
Big football game tonight for Wheaton Academy, trying to make the state playoffs again this year. Talking to Coach Thornton earlier after school, and he was saying it's going to be a tough test tonight against Aurora Christian. The quarterback for Aurora Christian is a real good player, but definitely a winnable game for Wheaton Academy. It'd be great to see them make it to the playoffs again this year after some success the last couple of years getting to the state playoffs. Always a big achievement to win 5 games, to be above 500, and wishing Coach Thornton and the crew the best tonight.
Yeah, well, Wheaton Academy has maybe a little tougher competition in the MSC for football than in other sports, as Kaneland makes a little push here, and Giovanni Rios trying to settle things down. He does. Wins the ball over, maybe trying to get rid of it, continuing through, so he's going to have to hustle back here on defense. But as number 2, Chapman's down on the ground right now. Time is called. We'll see what happens. As also, does that look like Caden Massey maybe breaking up Sam Froslid here a little bit as well. Number 4, Boderoff and Froslid getting into it.
And that's really the last thing that you'd want to see happen here in a regional game like this. Tempers flaring a little bit, some frustration on both ends.
Yeah, we'll see what the official has to say here. Calling Boderoff with a yellow card. See, it looks like he's walking over towards Froslid as well. And actually, John's coming over and trying to, I think, be a peacekeeper in that situation. Both players, Boderoff and Froslid, getting yellow cards here.
Yeah, so a couple of yellows and an injury as well. A little confusion on the field.
Well, both Kaneland coaches end up here on the field as well, which I'm not sure why we have the coach still on the field. Unless he was looking after maybe an injury. Maybe he was here. So sorry. So the Warriors going to get the ball here. I believe they were in possession of it when the clock was stopped. They could be looking at a jump ball or a drop ball here. I think that's what they're going to do.
And it'll go back into Hoekstra, and Wheaton Academy will play from here. 26 minutes remaining in this regional final. The Kaneland Knights 2 and Wheaton Academy 0 on a couple of goals scored by number 21 Tucker Johns of the Knights. One in the first half, about 15 minutes into the contest, and then another one about 5 minutes into the second half of play off of a broken play. And that is where we stand, only 2 goals scored all match. And the Kaneland defense has been stiff in the back. And Wheaton Academy not able to quite break through just yet. A couple decent chances in the first half for Chenkov with a header and also a good strike on the frame, but just a little bit wide. But that's really all that Wheaton Academy's had to speak of here in this first half hour plus of play.
Yeah, well, we knew Kaneland coming in with a 16-6 record, knew how to win games. Of course, they have been, we said maybe some of their wins and losses have been sort of similar. That's Pitts running into, I think that was number 16, Lucas Bass over there. Tough play there with Caden Massey and Johns. Johns falls on the ground. Caden Massey called for the foul, so ball will be placed about on the 22-yard line there.
Yeah, and you feel like Wheaton Academy's defense getting a little frustrated by the speed of Tucker Johns up top, trying to get a little more physical with him, which leading to a couple more fouls on Wheaton Academy. An important stop here for the Warriors defensively, about a 20-yard strike coming for Kaneland.
Yes. As number 11 for Kaneland, Alan Dominguez getting the strike on goal. There's that short ball that we were talking about to the 30, but Nasser gives that up pretty quickly. He just kind of skips it past the defender and then into the other defender. Pitt's moving the ball up with pace. Again, 23:52 left. Everything has to be a little bit more with pace for Wheaton Academy.
And a foul there on Kaneland as Finnegan hits the turf hard.
See that camera try and catch up with that play. I think we, regardless of here, the official called the ball right about that 24-yard line. So Wheaton Academy, well, Kaneland gets one opportunity, about the same. Well, I'm sorry, that's closer to 15 on the football field. 18-yard, 20 yards from the goal. See if Mason Curl gets tested on this. I think Finnegan's going to go for it. I don't think there's any chance he puts the ball at anybody else's feet here.
Nor should he. Big moment here for the senior leader of this team.
Yeah, that time, skipped the ball tighter onto the ground. You can see it here in the replay, keeping the ball low. Maybe a strategy. I'm not sure it's a good strategy since the keeper saved it. Nice job by Curl. Falling on it, too. Not going to take any chances, just bending over. Sound fundamentals.
And interesting, now they've put Luke Froese in the back line defensively for Wheaton Academy. Typically, Luke plays up in the front. Wondering if they're trying to utilize his speed a little bit and move Gio up into the front as well to generate, again, some more speed towards the front of the play for Wheaton Academy.
Yeah, good call there. As Johns comes up short there right at the Warrior bench.
And it'll be a throw in now for Nasser on the near sideline for Wheaton Academy. And he sends it along to Giovanni Rios, who gets it right back to Hytham Nasser, and now Rodriguez settling. Rios trying to take on a couple Kaneland defenders, and Wheaton Academy's tried to sneak through a couple defenders multiple times today and hasn't really worked out as well for them as they had hoped.
No.
And now a turnover of possession, and Kaneland will have it.
Well, you can see the frustration mounting. It's one thing to lose a game, and it's difficult, of course, to lose a game. It's much more difficult to lose when you know when you lose, you're done.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that pressure, everyone would have trouble with that. You don't experience that often as a player.
Yep, absolutely. And Wheaton Academy still in this match, certainly. Just down 2-0 with 20 minutes remaining, to 21 minutes remaining in the play. But again, you just feel like they've got to get something with a threat towards the net. So right now, Kaneland's really had their way defensively against the Warriors thus far.
John's making it look easy, crossing over, pulling it back. Like again, that little play there by number 11, Alan Dominguez, makes me feel like Kaneland's just very content with the ball in possession and not going to overexert themselves moving forward.
This game is getting a little chippy.
Yeah, Luke Frozy kind of gets run over there by number 15 for Kaneland, Sean Gannon. John's talking to the official with a captain's badge around his arm. Allowed to talk to the official, but in that conversation, it looked like the official didn't want that tone he's talking about, settling that mouth down a little bit more.
Typically the official, and I can speak from experience as an official, typically those conversations are not very long with players. Typically trying to limit the amount of words you allow to come out of their mouth. Gio Rios now working with Hytham Nasser. Nasser in the box. Oh, had Logan Finnegan on the cross. And Wheaton Academy wanted a foul on Kaneland in the box, which would have been a penalty kick, but nothing called. And it will result in a corner for Wheaton Academy, it appears, as Nasser made a really nice effort to cross the ball into Logan Finnegan at the top of the 6-yard box and just missed.
Yeah.
All right.
Officials had that short conversation there in the corner. Looks like they're wearing headsets, but they're not able to. I don't know if those are working properly for them, bringing that conversation in person. Wheaton Academy there, Massey playing a short ball that almost got run down by Bass. Kaneland looking for those mistakes like they're happening right here.
And again, tension's starting to rise a little bit here down on the field, both from the players on the field and also off the field. Getting more physical. And now a big opportunity for Wheaton Academy as a foul is called on Kaneland in the box.
Yeah, take a look at this. Going to take him out on the back heel there. They have their own interpretation of that play. Of course, it looked like maybe he went down a little early, but officials giving him the benefit of the doubt. And here's Logan Finnegan, leading scorer for the Warriors. Take another angle, take another angle, take another angle.
Finnegan trying to finish off the penalty kick, and it's a save by Kaneland. What a huge play by Mason Curl, the keeper for the Knights. Finnegan looked like he was going to slip it through.
looks like we're trying to figure out whether or not the clock should stop at any given time. That play was called back. The official has to stop the clock on these moments, and there was no whistle to stop the clock. So not only is the Wheaton Academy bench getting a little frustrated because the official's not stopping the clock, but the Kaneland bench and the Kaneland players are frustrated because it looked like they called that the keeper came off the line a little early, and I think that was the call. So, of course, you're going to have to look back on that and decide if that's what happened on the DVR later, but it appears as though that is what the call was on the field, is that Mason maybe just came off his line a little early on that first save. Did an incredible job getting to the ball. If that's the reason why, then I guess that was what the advantage was, but I'm sure that will all be interpreted later on as John's going hard with speed. All the Kaneland players want a flag or a card at this point. And again, we've got some edginess as the as even the site supervisor has come over here a little bit more closely to make sure we're all okay. Looks like the official motioning to the bench. That didn't deserve a card. I don't want to hear it. This is number 11, Dominguez. He's taken a chance here before. He gets another opportunity with a 5-man wall for Wheaton Academy.
Yeah, a big stop here for Wheaton Academy if they're able to clear this. See if they can get onto the counterattack as it goes right into Hoekstra's arms.
Yeah, good job working it around, but that's where a good keeper, set up the wall so that he's ready for that to go around. So Wheaton Academy now looks like we have number 14. That's Kyle Hawerda. Number 14, Kyle Hawerda, looks like he took a maybe head-to-head contact here. He's going to be coming out of the game, shooken up a little bit. He'll get checked out by the trainer, of course, in a concussion type protocol just to make sure. I don't know if he's looking at his eye maybe as he's looking through this.
It is amazing how infrequently plays like that happen in soccer when you're going up for a header and you don't make contact with it the way that you should. It's amazing that doesn't happen more often, honestly. It looked like both players just got a little shaken up. Looks like they had missed the head just a little bit.
Yes, and one of those players being Gavin Cano, who a captain wants to come into this game right away, but because the whistle was blown dead, and I believe blown dead for both players, he's not allowed to come into the game either until. And Kyle might be out a little bit longer. I don't know if Coach Cody Snoffer has any plans to maybe just use that as another chance to sub.
A big 15 minutes here, obviously, for many reasons, but Wheaton Academy scoring most recently off of the penalty kick from Logan Finnegan. See if they can continue this momentum and push another one across here in this last several minutes of play in the regular time.
Good opportunity there. That was Justin Riddle.
What a great effort and just wide.
I see Coach Earl standing on top of one of the bleacher chairs there by the bench and applauding the effort. I mean, it was good movement there by the Academy. Justin had the ball, and he's kind of in between, should I shoot it or should I pass it? And Finnegan wasn't quite in place for that.
It was a great effort there by Riddle, though, to track the ball down and at least get it on frame. Unfortunately, the Wheaton Academy unable to convert the opportunity. Still with possession now, though. Frozy with the throw-in.
Ramirez playing the ball on the ground, had to pop up quick. Here's number 13, Garrett Robinson with touch in the middle. Well, this goal has awoken both teams a little bit more. It looks like Kaneland's got a little bit more push now on their own. Could work out well for the Academy if we can set a counter. Did light a fire under them as well, seeing that if they could do it once, they might be able to do it again.
And for Wheaton Academy, just got to make sure that you're being productive on the offensive attack as another player goes down for Wheaton Academy, Caden Massey.
And Johns. Looked like there was a convergence of a couple of players on Johns, and then Johns and Massey got their feet tangled up. Caden's kind of hobbling. Johns is kind of hobbling. Johns gives that thumbs up, and Caden stays in the game.
Caden Massey, a tough player on the back line. He and Jack Lichty, have held down that fort for the entire season. Finnegan getting doubled and triple teamed even now.
And somehow works around them all. Finds a guy on his heels. Yeah, they just had to kick the ball out of bounds, settle things. Then we got a substitute, Daniel Enchenkov, coming into the game. Looks like subbing out for Justin Riddle. We gave him a couple of good minutes there.
Absolutely. Yeah, Justin Riddle, a great cross there, like we were saying just a minute earlier. And now Enchenkov trying to provide another spark.
Goal kick awarded to the Knights. Looked like Frosler was a little upset, slapped the ball, sent it off to the side, and then realized if I don't get this ball in quick, we're going to lose valuable time. Frozy coming out of the game. Again, another player who, like you said, they put him in the back line instead of where he's normally in the midfield or up front, and he gave him some good energy back there.
Absolutely, yeah, good minutes from Frozy there, settling some things in the back, and now Giovanni Rios moves back to his starting position in the back line. And a good play there to keep it in.
2-1 with a Knight advantage. Just over 11 minutes left to play in this game. This is where soccer gets really interesting. How much time do you need between plays? This is the art of making sure you keep the ball in bounds, making sure you're not fouling. Even that simple little foul is going to take 30 seconds off the clock.
Absolutely. And for the Knights, just trying to keep the ball on this end of the field. Wheaton Academy obviously trying to do the opposite, but really going to start pressing here the next several minutes.
Substitute again for the Academy.
Looks like Giovanni Rios might be a little shaken up, so Frozy coming back into the match for him.
Gio even unable to jog off the field at this point.
And Gio's really giving us some great minutes today. I actually was the reason why the penalty kick got awarded. He's working hard, getting into the box, being aggressive offensively. Hate to see someone getting hurt like that in the last several minutes of a regional championship match like this one.
Yeah. Well, the cold weather is not going to help with it. Tight
Absolutely.
muscles. Can't really end up getting any kind of loose here. As Finnegan sends the ball down to Nazar, who's going to track it down before it hits the corner, tries to feed it across to the 6. Finnegan, who gave the ball up at the 25-yard line, ended up chasing the ball down again. Seems like he's got a speed that everybody else on the team needs now.
Yes.
Here's that speed, taking one-on-one with the defense, now 3-on-1 with the defense, and he's going to have to find someone to be that support for him.
Yeah, just so hard to create 1-on-3 there. And these are the kind of things you're talking about. Ball gets sent out of bounds, and now Kaneland can take their time sending it away, spending some extra seconds. Wheaton Academy's got to win this ball real quick. See if they can build something up towards the net.
Kaneland to get here. beat a Rochelle team that they were used to playing. They had them in the regular season. They beat them 4-2. Wheaton Academy with a 6-0 advantage against IHSA. Kaneland fans really want maybe a little bit more of the looked like Rinchenkov's arm came out in that kind of physical contact a little bit. No call was made. Well, maybe a call was made. No card was given.
Yep.
And it's the right call.
Yes. And now, again, like you were saying earlier, just a second ago, the foul, and now 30 more seconds off the clock. Less opportunity for Wheaton Academy to counter.
Yeah.
Good win there by Massey, momentarily anyway.
Handball called on Johns there. So that second goal with Johns, well, turnover first, and then ball given to Johns for a one-on-one with our goalkeeper. Really the difference here in this game. Johns, the difference here in this game.
And another foul called against Wheaton Academy here, which will turn possession back over to Kaneland at the 50. And the ball gets sent through over the end line. So now Wheaton Academy will have a goal kick with under 7.5 remaining.
Yep, and you see even Hoekstra running up to get the ball at this point. Everybody's got to change their speed a little bit more as Lichty comes all the way up past the 50-yard line. It looks like we're going to switch our defense a little bit. We got Pitts in the back. We got Massey. Eklund's back there now, and so is Froese. Jack Lichty, they're going to need his presence. He's got a really strong foot, and he's definitely got the height that they're going to need here on offense. So they're going to put all their heavy hitters up front.
And this is the time to do it. Season on the line, down 1, under 7 to play. See if we can create a little magic here in these last few moments. Eklund trying to win it now, and does. Finnegan, another good strike, but it's deflected off of a Kaneland player.
Yeah. Mason not needing to make a save because his defense did it for him. That was a phenomenal strike. Got really good contact on the full volley, but right off of the thigh of a Kaneland player who I'm sure is still aching from that in this cold weather. Johns tries to walk over the ball, send it through. Defense played that well. Froese really stepping up. He's going to have to play Johns here again. Johns this time gets around him, tries to get through the defenders. Somehow gets around. There's 3-on-1 on Johns. Johns still in possession as Froslid comes away. Ends up playing the ball into Johns' foot off. And referee awards the throw-in. Froslid talking to the bench talking about Froslid. He's in the drama right now, as he was before.
Nasser trying to move the ball forward towards Rodchenkov. But again, Kaneland's defense has been stout here in this match for the most part. Done a nice job of walling everything off, and now here comes Ramirez and Lichty trying to work together. Finnegan settles on the near side. Tries to get past the defender, and ball's going to be awarded to Kaneland with 4.5 to play.
Yeah, I don't know if Finnegan slipped there, but they award the free kick from Kaneland because he got up and maybe Kaneland's guy went down as he was getting up there. John sends the ball deep and long. There's no substitute for field position at this point. This is one of those in-between moments where you don't want to go too hard and you don't want to play not to lose, but You're giving us more opportunities like that. Rodchenkov coming in.
And that was a great ball by Lichty from the near sideline. Rodchenkov, a great run, nearly got to it.
Curl doing a good job winning the ball in the air. Had to come out pretty far in that box. 3:34 left to play.
Rodchenkov now with Ramirez on that far side. Rodchenkov really has played a nice match so far tonight. No goals to show for it, but he's been very active when he's been in there. And this is the little gamesmanship here from the Knights, taking their time with the throw-in, so much so that the clock stops.
Yes. Well, and the Knights have not subbed, and usually that's a strategy to slow down this momentum as well. Hoekstra coming out of the box, playing the ball on the ground to Froese. Froese does get the throw in. Lichty back to Froese. Froese over to Nazar. Full crossover to Solomon. Knights doing a nice job flattening out. Warriors look to try and, again, take the middle of the field, and they're not able to. Knights are forcing the ball out wide. Here's Jack Lichty on the near sideline. Ramirez pulls the ball back. Pitts. Would have been a long shot.
And again, the story of most of this match, the Warriors just not able to get anything really threatening into the box. And I need to, obviously, here in the next couple minutes.
Ball is played on the ground. Looked like Froslid was there. Mason was there. The official called Froslid on a dangerous play as Mason had the ball on the ground. Clock is now stopped to allow setup here. Official didn't want any more time off the clock, so we'll play it on the kick. So the shot did go, or Froslid did end up getting the ball, but again, at the expense of Mason holding the ball before him. There's Johns tracking the ball down. No surprise that Johns playing pretty good defense these days as well. 1:02 left to play. Lichty hits the deck. No foul is called. Kaneland's bench all up. Wheaton Academy's bench all up. Finnegan wins the ball in the air, and I don't know how he does it. Gets a step around the defense, tries to thread the ball across the 6, not able to. Trying to chase the ball down. He's everywhere. The foul is called. Froslid gets upset. Time is called. Clock is stopping here in these last seconds to get things settled in. That's maybe because the ball is loose, but it looks like offsides was called there. Was that correct or no?
It looked like just a foul was called, potentially.
Kaneland's coach, Scott Perillo, upset that the clock was stopped in that particular moment. I understand. It seemed like everything was ready to play. Foul on us could have cost us another valuable couple of seconds. Pitt's going to have to be aggressive here. Someone's going to have to take this shot. We don't end up taking the shot, and that's going to be how the game's going to end. I don't think they're going to get it in on time. 5 seconds left unless he takes a shot right now. That's the cheers of the Kaneland bench and the Kaneland fans running over. We said earlier Johns was the person to stop. Truthfully, it was a Great game from the entire Kaneland team. The defense in the back with Tyler Chapman. The middle with Alan Dominguez. And of course, the front with Tucker Johns. Kaneland did what they needed to do and ends up coming away with a regional title on Wheaton Academy's home field. Tough way for Wheaton Academy to lose. I'm going to take a moment and let you see this awarding of the regional title, trying to get the Wheaton Academy players off the ground. So there's a handshake line. Kaneland's all ready for it. Tough game in general for the Academy, facing a really good Kaneland team. We knew it ahead of time. Had a lot of similar opponents, a lot of similar results. Great job by Kaneland. They ended up winning their conference, and now they're winning the regional title, and they will look to take that and move forward in the sectionals. I believe that's on Tuesday, with a chance at some point to, and they might end up playing Bennett Academy in this next round. We'll try and figure that out. Kaneland's going to receive the regional title here. Show you those last moments as Wheaton Academy players leaving the field. One last time, this is a tough way for our seniors to leave this field. Wanted to come away with the title, come away with a win. Some of those seniors like Andrew Hoekstra,
Congratulations to the
Alex Howland, Chris Eklund, Logan Finnegan, Soren Winkles Bailey, Jack Lichty, Sam Froslid, Justin Riddle, Noah Skakovics, Daniel Renchenkov, and you see Kaneland celebrating as again they should. Well earned today, the 2-0 victory. Everybody from Kaneland and our Wheaton Academy fans, thank you for tuning in tonight. Good luck to Kaneland and the Knights with the rest of their season. I want to congratulate Coach Cody Snoffer and his crew and his players on an excellent season of their own. Wheaton Academy ends up as conference champs and falls just short here for the regional title. This game brought to you by our sports broadcasting class here at Wheaton Academy. Tate Fritz and myself, Matt Hockett. I want to thank you for tuning in and have a good night.